$9. And I found the Shadow High blind boxes for $1. So that's really good. I wasn't going to get her, but for $9 I'm willing. Because I just want her base doll. Her outfit's cute, but not really my style. They also still have Costume Ball here, but no Demis, unfortunately. And it looks like they haven't even discounted Robin and that one's already been discounted at other Walmarts, so. I put back Twyla, but it occurred to me that I haven't been looking at these blind boxes correctly because it tells you whether or not you're getting shoes or a handbag, and I've just been kind of grabbing all the Shadow High ones for no reason. And I have not gotten the shoes I wanted, so I found the four only shoe boxes that they have, and hopefully one of them has the shoes that I want. They're $1, so like I don't care. That's like $4. And then these two, there's one pair of shoes that I want from this particular box, so I'm hoping that I get it with these. So that's what I'm getting. $6, not bad. All right, so here are the boxes that I have already obtained, and I've already opened them. And yeah, I bought 3 handbag boxes, not realizing because I'm stupid. And 1 shoe box, but all of these should be shoe boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and open them because I don't want to wait for a video. I want to see what I have. That way I can resell them immediately if I have to. I'll just put them up on eBay or something because Mercari's policy has changed and they are not the best option for me right now to sell stuff. That's a little better. But I was saying, I will say these things obviously did not do well. Because every Walmart I've been to has a ton of them. This last Walmart that had them for $1 had so many. There were 2 full cases of it in the store, and then behind each case there were a ton of them stacked on top of each other. Little shoebox inside. Oh, these are small. Ooh, were these them? I think so. I think these were the ones I wanted. Just some little purple high heels that were really cute. They say rainbow on the sole, but I mean, once the character or the doll is in these, they're not going to show, which is fine. These are cute. So they have zipper detailing. It looks like on the actual straps. That's so cute. Oh, this is huge. At least it doesn't feel like it's the heels. It might be those. Yes! Yes! Excellent. Oh, these are huge. I don't think... Are the doll's feet this big? I don't think they are, but wow, these are huge. I'm definitely going to paint some of this detailing on the mold, but excellent. So these were the ones that I was looking for. The little studded sneakers, so cute. I wish these were a real thing. They say Shadow High on the back. The soles has some detail as well. I'd be surprised if it wasn't those because these boxes felt different. Yep. These look so stupid. They're cute though, but when you actually put them on the doll, this is what they'll look like. Cool idea. They're flocked and kind of pokey. This is a different kind of flocking than I've seen. But they are cute if you're into that. He has little gem eyes, and then this kind of looks like a buckle for a nose. Then his little feet. He's got RH for Rainbow High on his paws. So really cute. These are heavy as well. And that's all the Rainbow / Shadow High blind box stuff that I received from these blind boxes. I am kind of annoyed that I ended up paying more or less $20 for some stuff that I didn't want. When all I had to do was visit the one Walmart that had them for $1, and all of the ones I wanted were there. But it's fine. When you round out how much I spent for these, it's actually a really, really good deal. So if you are looking for any doll shoes, definitely recommend hitting up your Walmart and see if they have any of these blind boxes left over, especially if they're for $1. If they have a ton left over, it's very likely they'll have them for $1. I only own 3 Shadow High dolls, 2 of which were a gift and 1 I purchased myself. Despite that, I've always thought that brand had not only dolls but accessories as well. Their stuff is just really well made, and even though they're going on a decline right now, the stuff that they currently do have out is really nice. So definitely recommend getting these while you can. But yeah, I'm going to be probably selling off all of the handbag ones online, as well as the extra pairs of shoes that I got that I don't want, like these weird teddy bear ones. But I'm definitely keeping the ones that I was looking for. So I bought some doll parts. The legs came off, but it looks like they're just soldered in there with some adhesive, so I'll just put some glue and put them back. They're not necessarily broken, so I don't really feel like going through the dispute process with AliExpress. But this one came fine. It's a cute little table, and this is to hold some of the food that I'm going to display Iruma with. I also got these little shoes. They look really good, actually. Super cute. And then I got 2 outfits for him, as well as this other table. I'm glad this one's not broken, because that would have been awkward to glue back. But I have this outfit that looks like a little devil boy, which I thought was so appropriate. So it has this jacket with some wings. They're really cute, actually. I wonder if they come off. Oh yeah, no wait. I don't think they do. They're held on there, sewed on and everything, but this little jacket's cute. It has a lightning charm on the front and buttons. This is really well made, and it is velcroed in the back. Pretty sure. Yeah, cool. These little overall shorts, cute with the crosses. I might take the crosses out just because this type of imagery is not really incorporated in Iruma-kun's universe. The little devil tail is so cute. Oh, it's bendable. It's covered. It's probably a wire under there, and you can bend it. That's so cute. And then these little horns. I think. I don't know how you would attach them. Let's see. They're plastic. Solid plastic. They come with this. I guess you just stick it to their head. It's like putty. That's what it feels like. Okay. So there's that outfit, and then this one. I think this is 2 pairs of, no. I think this is, yeah, this is all one. So I got him a nice little dress shirt. Cute. It's a little yellowy. It's not as white as I would like it to be, but that's okay. I don't know what this is. A tie, maybe? I think so. I think it's supposed to be the tie. A hat. Cute little beanie. It looks kind of big, actually. And then this little sweater and short combo. So cute. It has a chain. So really cute. These were not cheap. And that's kind of why I got really crazy with the Shadow High accessory boxes. Because I think all of this, but let's see, this outfit with the sweater vest was $13.96, so that's $12. Same with the other one, actually. It's more or less around the same price, and they were both from the same store. So that's over $20 just for some tiny little outfits, which is a little pricey to me, but they are really well made. And then these tables, I think were like $2 or $3 each, plus shipping, something like that. I paid a total of about $8 for all 3 of them, which is not too bad to me. Now these shoes were $6.48 with the shipping, and that's pretty high. Meanwhile, I got all those Shadow High shoes for $1 to $3, mainly $1. So yeah, definitely. if I don't know if they would fit this body, but they're definitely a good deal, the Shadow High ones. So this is the body I'm going to use for Iruma-kun. I have already taken it out of the box. I got this a long time ago. I bought it before I bought the clothing because I wasn't sure if it was actually going to fit. And I don't know if this is official. It says DOD BJD, but to find this, I looked up Obitsu 11. And I know that's not the Obitsu packaging. I also picked a skin tone that doesn't really match him. But, you know, I can live with it. Most of his outfits that I bought him cover him up for the most part, so it's not a big deal. So the way that you swap the bodies is you unscrew that part. Oh, also he comes with some feet that have a magnet on the bottom. So the actual body doesn't, but you can, when I was buying this, they gave you the option if you wanted the magnetic feet, and I did, just so I wouldn't have to use his base, which he does come with, as well as some extra hands. So let me get Iruma. So here's Iruma-kun. So cute. I love him, but I think he would be a lot cuter if he had a full body. And at some point, if I am responsible, or maybe I can commission someone to make me his outfit in this this body. So all we're switching really is his head, but to get the head on there, you do have to get this little thing in there. Now this is the only part that I'm a little iffy of, because this is kind of hard to get out, but you do have to pull this out. Okay, I've seen people do this online, but I used my teeth because it's just easier than my nails. But there we go. And then you slide that on, and do you put this back? I don't think so. I think you just put the screw back in there. Now, the only thing about these that I've heard is that the Nendoroid head is a little bit heavy on these, because these heads fit other dolls, or other figures, I guess. So you can use them with other dolls, like Kuposh, I believe. Oh, you know what I just did? I think I put him in backwards, but that's okay. We can just turn him around. And then you can slide the back of his head back onto this. And slide his face. And you can see his skin tone doesn't really match. Iruma's is a bit yellower. I had just gotten a plain body because I wasn't sure which skin tone would fit him. Because what you see on the computer looks vastly different than what you see in person, especially for this stuff, like skin tone stuff. It doesn't really bother me too much. In the future, if I decide to get another body for another Nendoroid, if I don't sell off Mikazuki, then maybe I'll try and look for one that's closer to his skin tone. But for now, this is how it looks. It's actually not bad. They may have improved upon these bodies since people reviewed them, because I was looking up reviews on YouTube, and I think he's good. He doesn't feel really wobbly on this neck. So let's put the little devil outfit on him, because that's the one I was most excited about. It's so cute. And there he is. Oh, that's so cute. I do think though, oh thank goodness, let me take this off in case I break it. I do think though it did matter how, which way you put this on, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. That way he has full articulation. So as far as the shoes go, they do look pretty big on these bodies, but they also still look good. I do think this body is a little big for the Nendoroid. I don't know if maybe it's just the outfit making him look really long. I think it is the shoes, actually. They're quite loose on him. And you can definitely tell the difference in his skin tone, so that is, I think, kind of bothering me. I may go ahead and just order one that's in his skin tone. But one thing I do want to test out, oh, he looks so cute barefoot, is whether or not changing his feet will make a difference, because I don't know if the magnet is strong enough to go through the shoe. Okay, I'm a little scared to break him because getting his foot back in there is rough. This is the joint that he has and it just doesn't slide in there. You really have to press to get it in, and I'm not able to right now. It's hard. And I'm really scared of breaking him or ruining his new little clothes. Well, right now Inuma's just not gonna have a foot because that's a struggle. That's a real struggle right there. But he looks cute in his cute little outfit. I might put him in the other one. The only thing I don't like about this outfit is the really wide collar. It's giving me Sasuke vibes and I don't like that. But super cute outfit. I love it. And I love that I can now pose Inuma with his food. Actually, let me try that. Now, the downside to this, having gotten this body form, is that he is now too tall for the tables I gave him. I mean, I can still display him with the food and everything, but his Nendoroid size, which was much better for the sizes of these tables. So while I fix his feet, I may just display him like this and then give him the doll body later. But I'm really happy I was finally able to test these out. These have been sitting on my desk for a long time since they arrived. And I just haven't had the time or really patience and energy to put it all together. Work was crazy this week, so I didn't have a chance to come before Saturday. And of course, that's when they decided to put Demi on sale. And she is sold out. They also put these boxes on sale for $1 at this Walmart too, but they don't have many left of her. The package came from me, from a seller that I've already purchased from on eBay. I do think they should try a little harder with the packaging because I could tell they reuse packing material, which is fine. I do that too, but I still try to secure it. And the last package I got from them was opened. It arrived like that. But you know what? It's fine. Oh, okay. Came with a little mermaid skirt. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. So this is a doll line that I heard about kind of late into the game of doll collecting, called Once Upon a Zombie. Wow, her head is really like hard. And I mainly got this lot for her. I think this is supposed to be Sleeping Beauty. But wow, I was debating whether or not I wanted to buy them because they were kind of expensive. This is a doll line that is not produced anymore. It got released years ago. It didn't do well, obviously. It's not around anymore. But ever since doll collecting became a little trendy with Monster High and Rainbow High, prices for previously unknown doll lines have kind of jumped. Because I remember looking this up when I was first getting back into Monster High and looking up, you know, re-releases and whatnot. And they weren't that expensive. I think they were $20 in box, and that's jumped in price. But for these two, it was about $40. I made an offer that was slightly cheaper than what they were asking for, and they agreed. So overall, I paid about 20 bucks for each of these, and I think that's actually what they retailed for when they were actually in stores. So I'm very happy with that. They're actually quite pretty. I'm like really impressed because I at the time I was like, oh, these dolls aren't worth that money, but they're really well rooted. They have a lot of hair. The hair itself is really frizzy, and I'm a little worried it might be poly, but it is kind of soft. But I love the faces. They have inset eyes and real lashes. It's like the doll line that inspired zombies in a way. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying, you know, it kind of reminds me like if it inspired them. her dress is this iridescent material. Apologies for my chickens. And despite the fact that this is years old, it's in really good condition. It's not flaking or anything. It's not stiff. She's really articulated. So I'm really happy about that. And this was a surprise. I was mainly looking for Sleeping Beauty, but I went ahead and bought the lot because I was like, her outfit's cool. And I have to say, in person, this is an amazing outfit. It's like a long purple dress with the wide sleeves and this cowl, I think is what it's called. I don't remember who this is supposed to be. And I don't know if this is her original dress, but even if it's not, it's really cool. I wanted to visit a thrift store to look for a possible made-to-move Barbie, which is the kind that they sell these days that has more posability, so that I could swap her body with one of the dolls that I've currently bought. The only thrift store near my work that I could go to was the Goodwill outlet, which is, if you don't know, they don't allow pictures or photos in there, so I couldn't vlog or anything of what I was looking through. But it's basically a warehouse where they just dump all of the stuff that they're trying to sell into blue bins that you just sort through. It's basically like a garbage dump, to be quite honest. You need to bring gloves because it's all filthy. It's all been dug through by multiple people. And it honestly gets a little crazy in there, but there's some gems because they sell everything by weight, and sometimes if something is expected to be quite heavy, they'll give you a discount. I got this for $5. I was so happy. It was £6, and I think it's like $1.80 or so per pound, so that would have been really expensive, and I got a steal. Now it is just the frame. So my plan is to make this into a cork board because I don't think I have any art pieces this big to put in a frame. So my plan is to repurpose it as a cork board, and I'm so happy with it. It does have like some chips in the corners, but that's fine. It's just really beautiful. Then I also found this, which I might use for my second monitor. It doesn't have a stand, but it's tall enough. It goes up high enough that it can match with the monitor that I have that does have a stand on it. So I'm going to see how that works out. And if not, I can repurpose it for something else. It is barren. I'm going to scan her and see if she's maybe on sale because I did like her. And I don't have a red doll. They have a lot of these handbags, but personally I don't think I like any of them. And it's not letting me scan them on the app, so I'm not sure if these are even on sale here. But they have a ton. Like, look at all these. They have a few of the shoe ones, so they're not scanning, but I'm going to take a couple that I might be interested in if I get them from the checklist. So we'll see. Oh, that's funny. She was busted up. Coincidentally, right after I stopped filming, I actually found one of the bags had a made-to-move Barbie. I'm pretty sure that's what these are. If not, I just need her body. Her face is actually really well done. Maybe she isn't a made-to-move Barbie, but she has the articulation I need. So, you know, I'm happy that I found one. This thrift store is a little bit expensive. I think this was $6, which to me is really overpriced for two basically naked dolls. I mean, the mermaid is complete, but I didn't want her in the first place. But they were having a 30% off sale on all the white tags, and orange tags were 50% off, but I didn't really find anything I wanted with the orange tag. But I at least got a small discount on this, so it made it worth it for me. I think it was $4 in total. And I did find this blouse that I remember being sold at Hot Topic. It has this skull pattern that incorporates flowers, and you can't tell it's a skull initially because of the flowers. I immediately recognized it. And it's not something I would usually wear. It's transparent. Definitely you have to wear something under it, but I thought it would be a cool piece. I'm trying to get more fashionable and actually style my clothes versus just wearing a t-shirt all the time. It was expensive though. It was $8 without the discount, and with the discount it was $5. I still think $5 is a bit overpriced for this, but you know, I don't think this is sold at Hot Topic anymore, and they don't reproduce their clothing, so I figured, well, you know, $5 isn't too bad of a price to try something out. So I would say successful haul from the thrift store. Okay, now here is the doll I'm trying to replace this Barbie body with. Obviously the head is completely different sizes, but the bodies themselves are decently semi-even. I think the torso will fit fine. It's the feet, the legs are a little thicker on the Attractionistas. And then her hands are much bigger than the Barbie. But better too small than too big, otherwise she wouldn't be able to wear the clothing. So I've seen online that you can remove the Barbie heads with boiling water to soften the plastic, so that's what I'm going to have to do. And then I'm hoping that same method works with this doll and I don't just completely break her. That way I can just swap the heads. That doesn't mean they're going to have the same mechanism. So that's going to be a learning experience to see if they do have the same head mechanism. And if they do, I'll be able to swap the heads. And if her clothing fits okay on this body, I can just repaint the body to match her skin tone. And I'll have a posable body for my Attractionista doll. That's the theory anyway. I don't know if it's going to actually work, but I didn't pay too much for this Barbie body, so I'm not too pressed if it doesn't. Okay, though, she slays in this. So, surprisingly, the Barbie torso, I think, is an exact match of the Attractionista's torso. Like, literally, it fit her so perfectly. I'm not sure if her legs are going to be thick enough for these tights, but even if they're not, I think they'll look fine. Her shoes fit on this body as well, and I'm able to pose her just fine in the outfit. I'm so excited. I'm really hoping I can swap the head. If not, I'm going to be really disappointed. Come back. Welcome back, everyone. This will be the conclusion to a video I'm probably going to title Doll Mania, just because I had a lot of success with doll collecting the past few weeks. Prior to buying more Monster High dolls recently, due to the G3 revival, I really only ever owned 2 Monster High dolls, and that's pretty much the only dolls I was ever interested in, outside of maybe some BJDs. BJDs are so expensive, and a lot of them come in very large sizes that I'm just not comfortable with, especially with the really weird Uncanny Valley paint jobs. So I never dove really into that type of doll collecting, so I was able to remain outside of the doll collecting sphere up until Monster High started releasing more of their collector dolls. And of course, prior to that, a lot of the dolls are targeted towards the cutesy side of children's toys, so they just never interested me. But recently, as you can see, I did a lot of purchasing due to, I wouldn't say new, but fairly recent doll collection. It's very much increased. I'll put a little clip of what my current Monster High doll collection looks like because, as you guys can probably tell from the previous videos, I've bought some collectors, pre-productions, and even a G3 doll. So my collection has definitely grown and now kind of rivals my anime figure collection a little bit. Thankfully, the dolls themselves are quite thin and a lot of them fit on shelves, but that doesn't mean that I haven't needed a little more space to accommodate them, especially since I started getting interested in some of the Shadow High dolls. Not a lot of them, thankfully. Rainbow High, just in general, a lot of their dolls don't interest me, but there were a few standouts that I was interested in purchasing and I have purchased, or friends purchased them for me. So here on the table I have all of the new additions to my doll collection that I kind of wanted to gush about a little bit. You can see some Shadow High dolls. I have Abby over there. I only included her to kind of add background here because I decided I'm probably not going to add her to my collection. As much as I love her character, her doll just does not fit with the theme. And the more I had her and I looked at her, as pretty as she is, I just have no interest in keeping her, so I'm probably going to sell her off. But I do have 3, technically 4, 5 additions to the actual dolls in my doll collection, as well as some accessories. Here you can see a lot of the boxes for what were blind boxes for Rainbow and Shadow High. There's a lot of clearance going on right now. As you guys may have seen with the vlog clips I included, a lot of stuff is on sale, and a lot of stuff that previously did not interest me interested me because they were just so cheap. So a lot of what I picked up were these little blind boxes that include either a handbag or shoes. I was primarily interested in the shoes. But all of these I did open off camera because I had a friend over and she was really interested in opening them because the opening process is just so interesting with these. They come with a little drawstring bag, a certificate of authenticity, and a miniature receipt to go along with it. It's just very cool how in-depth they went with the packaging, but that's probably one of the reasons it had to be so expensive and they did not sell well. Hence why a lot of Walmarts in my area had them on sale for $1. They started at $3 and they went down to $1. So a few of these boxes you will not see because I ended up deciding to sell them off. They included items I just wasn't interested in. Some of these may be added to that pile as well, but I wanted to at least show them. So this is one of the pair of shoes I'm probably going to sell off. I don't think they're bad. They just don't fit any of the dolls I currently have. And I'm still not sure if the Rainbow's Shadow High shoes will fit any of the dolls I currently have in my collection. I have these purple sandals, which I was looking for. They are cute, so I'm definitely going to keep these. And with a lot of these, the checklist included were very useful in figuring out which shoes went to which box. I think I can repaint these red ones because I currently don't have any red dolls, but I can definitely repaint these to be purple and black to fit one of the dolls I currently have. Some of these Shadow High shoes were extremely pretty. And these are very well made too. Like these chunky spiked sneakers are really cool. Like look at that. That's incredible. And the fact that I got these for only $1 makes it all the more worth it. Here are some pink knee or thigh high boots. I was just very impressed with the construction of these because the fake zipper is threaded. It's not just printed on, and they did include a little fake zipper pull thing. So I don't know if I could repaint these because these are faux leather fabric, but I could definitely dunk them in some black dye and see what happens. Again, they were $1, so cheap enough to try stuff out. We have these green Chucky boots that, again, they have some paint scrubbing, but again, I can definitely repaint these and make them match my current dolls. These I'm debating if I want to keep or not because they're just not the style I prefer. But again, they are cool in their construction. The sole is plastic, and then it has a fabric covering that says Shadow on it with this kind of sock opening. Very interesting. And then these definitely do not match any of the dolls that I currently have. But again, I can repaint them. They're a little more complicated, they look like, so I don't know if I'm going to want to repaint them, but we'll see. A lot of these do have paint chips now that I'm noticing too. And then I also have the Shadow High blind boxes that had bags in them, like purses and backpacks. So here's the Shadow High one. That one I think is cool enough to keep. At least just one. I did get doubles of those handbags because I didn't realize the boxes themselves actually said what you were getting as far as shoes and whatnot. This lock is pretty cool. I don't like that they all have like Shadow and Rainbow High branding on them, so I may modify that so it's not so obvious. But that's pretty much the haul I got for doll accessories. I love all of them, but I do have two that I haven't opened. So let's go ahead and open them now so I can at least show y'all what the process looks like. This rainbow one, I don't know what shoes are in this one actually. I don't really care, didn't care much. And this does say shoes on the front, so it should have shoes. Oh, okay. These aren't bad. These actually, if I can paint the wording on there, these would actually match the dolls that I have, so that's a cool find. I didn't know those were in the rainbow boxes. So those are definitely keepers. Now let's see this purple, pastel purple box. I wish I had filmed this earlier so you guys could go check out stores near you and see if these are still on sale, but I think by now all the stores would have sold out of these. And again, all the boxes come with a little drawstring bag to store your shoes in. It's crazy. Oh, okay. These are actually not bad. Again, I can paint the sole black instead of white. Maybe remove the wording with some acetone, and one of my dolls could definitely wear this. So that's a cool, those aren't bad finds. I'm glad I went ahead and got those. They were the last two that I found on my most recent Walmart trip, so, and I wasn't expecting to find any of them, so those are nice finds. So for now, I'm just going to keep all of the shoes in their own boxes, because I don't have a system yet for all of these doll accessories. Again, I just got into, well, I didn't just get into it, but as far as like thinking about customizing them and whatnot, I just got into that aspect of doll collecting. So I'm going to set these aside and just go through the other stuff that I obtained in the past few weeks. And some of this you guys may have seen in my vlogs. One thing that wasn't in the vlog though is the fact that I got a second Demi Batista doll. Thanks to a friend of mine, she was able to go to a Walmart in her area. That I have been checking the one close to my work for weeks, if not months. Because I was seeing on the Rainbow High Reddit that these dolls who were stocked last year around October and retailed for $40 were constantly on the shelves. They didn't sell. I think they were a flop for the company because they were just not selling, which I can see why. They were very overpriced compared to other Rainbow and Shadow High dolls. And compared to other dolls, they didn't come with accessories or anything like that. It was just the doll. Gorgeous dolls, high quality dolls, but no accessories, no second outfit. They just were not worth it to a lot of people. So they just didn't sell. They sat on the shelves for a whole year before they finally decided to put them on sale about a month or two ago. And they only started putting them on sale at around $27, which to me was still too expensive to buy them. But about a month ago or so, I was seeing on the Rainbow High Reddit that people were finding them at Walmart for about $15, $11. So they were finally marking them down to a price that I thought they would be worth getting, at least getting a second one, because I did buy Demi full price when she released, just because I loved her design. I wanted to make sure I got her, and I got one that was in, you know, decent quality. So her box is pretty banged up because she's obviously been sitting on the shelves for more than a year, and my friend did have slim pickings as to which one she was able to get me, so her bangs are a little messed up, but I'm hoping I can make them a little better. My plan for her is to swap out the boots with my main demi and then restyle this one because she is such a beautiful doll. She really is. Just her overall design, the quality of her clothes are so gorgeous. And I'm happy to have another one that I won't feel as guilty about modifying. But basically my friend got this for $11 and I think that's so worth it. I also ended up finding these for $10 and I was interested in her but not enough to buy her full price when they released. I thought about dumping her in a dye pot and maybe seeing if she'll dye a little darker, like either black or a purple, to see how that would look. For the price that I got her, I won't feel too guilty about it. I'm definitely getting rid of the wording on her dress though. I thought that was kind of an decision on her design, but that's the plan for this one. And then I've already said I'm probably going to sell Abby, as much as I do like her. The other thing is that I did purchase this doll. I can't remember if I filmed when I got her. I don't think I did. She was an impulse buy. I found a seller on eBay that was selling her for, I think, $20 or $30. I don't remember. I think these retailed for $30 at the Disney parks. She was part of a line that Disney did years ago that's now discontinued called Attractionistas. So they designed a few characters based on attractions at the Disney parks. She was the only one that I liked from that line. I believe her name is Gracey, and she is based on the Haunted Mansion ride, I believe. That's what this pattern entails. I'm really not a Disney collector, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But I did love her design. I thought her outfit was really cool. It's like this long coat that's all one piece that doubles as a dress. Then she comes with these leggings that have the pattern of the Haunted Mansion, I think the carpet of it, and then there's like the pattern inside of her coat as well, or dress thing. She comes with these gloves. Her face was so cute. I love her makeup and face shape. Her hair was very gelled down, but I did end up washing it so that all the gel would dissolve. And eventually I'm going to boil wash her so that her hair is actually straight down and not so fluffy. And then she comes with this hat that is elastic, has an elastic so that you can take it off or keep it on, either way. And it has this veil on the front. But overall, I really did like her. She was used out of box, so she did not come with her bat friend, which is fine. I thought the bat was kind of ugly, to be quite. But one thing that may be noticeable is that her head kind of wobbles and her hands don't match her face. And that's because I ended up swapping her body out with a Barbie body. This is what her original body looked like. As you can see, she does not have joints. She has the old school Barbie bendable knees with the joint inside the actual rubber of the leg. I've personally never been a fan of these just because it's very limiting. That's really all you get as far as articulation. I mean, she can bend her legs pretty far out, but I much prefer to have some kind of articulation in the arms. So that's the reason I decided to swap her head. I boil washed it, pulled it off of her body, and then did the same to a Barbie that I found at the thrift store. And it fit quite perfectly, to be honest. I think the Attractionistas were pretty much modeled after the average Barbie doll at the time. So it worked really well. She can bend her knees. She has the wrist articulation, the arm articulation. The only thing that was a little iffy was her head. It was quite heavy compared to the Barbie head, so I did have to add... What did I do up here, actually? I think I added some thick rubber bands or something to kind of hold the head. So she's still poseable. She can still turn her head and it'll stay. It's just not as loose as it was. It's still kind of too loose for my liking, but I can live with it. After all, she's just going to be on display outside of when I want to pose her. But yeah, I was very happy with this customization. The last thing I have to do is paint her limbs and neck so that it matches her skin tone. And then she'll be perfect. And I really like having the posability. That was really the only downside to these dolls. That might have been honestly one of the reasons I just never got into them as a child, because I liked the posability of action figures and such, and most dolls from my childhood that I remember did not have too much articulation. I think Monster High really was one of the doll lines that provided that access to posability in dolls, or at least playline dolls at the time. But I'm so happy to have Gracey now. She is quite the tall doll. compared to my Monster High dolls and even the Shadow High dolls, she's at least an inch or two taller. So displaying her with my other dolls has been a challenge because she's too tall for the shelves right now. So she sits on a shelf that I'll show at the end of this video. But to make sure this video is not too long, I do want to move on to the final dolls that I added to my collection. So this is Sleeping Beauty and Ariel from the doll line Once Upon a Zombie. They're a doll line that was released years ago. I'll put the year and all the information on the screen because I can't remember off the top of my head. But I've known about them since I started doll collecting, I think a year or two ago with Monster High. I stumbled across them while looking up like unique dark themed doll lines. They were very short-lived. I don't think they lasted more than a year or so. I can't recall whom the manufacturer was, but yeah, they didn't last very long, but they were dolls based on fairy tale characters, except zombified. That, to me, was really cool. And at the time that I found them, I don't think they were going for very much in box. But doll collecting in general has gotten very popular over the years. Monster High dolls go for a lot in the aftermarket. Scalpers and other resellers will camp the Mattel Creations website to purchase the collectible dolls that they release and resell them on eBay almost immediately. It's a very stressful time to be a doll collector, so if you've been in the game for many years, I'm sure it's not as fun as it was before since you have a lot of competition. And the reason I mention that is because when I went to go searching for them, when I realized this, that, you know, I was noticing this trend of previously abandoned doll lines gaining a lot of traction on social media and doll communities. I realized they may go up in price to a point where I just wasn't willing to get them, and I really wanted them in my collection. So I went ahead and went to eBay. As I suspected, they did increase in price, but not too much. I think in box you can get the most common of these dolls for at least $30-$40. I got these out of box for, I think, $20 each, $20-$25. The seller I bought them from eBay was actually the same seller that I got Gracey from, and they were willing to take an offer of a couple of dollars off, so I was very grateful for that. So I think I got a very good price for them, especially since I think the original dolls did not come with much other than their stands. It would have been nice to have stands, but I had already had some like third-party stands from Amazon that I bought a while back for my G3 dolls, so it wasn't too much of an issue. But I did want to gush about them because they're so pretty. First of all, I do have to fix their hair. As you can see, it's quite frayed. I don't know a lot about doll hair fibers, but I want to say this is polypropylene, maybe? I don't know. It's very fluffy. So I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure what type of hair this might be, but it's very frayed on the bottom and frizzy. So I'm going to condition her hair, wash it, and see if I can maybe straighten it a bit, make it look a little bit pretty. It is very pretty and shiny despite it being so frayed. But her outfit is not too complicated, but for what it is, I think it's really pretty. The top is this iridescent material. She has this shiny cape that, despite being with this cutting, which I don't really care for, it hasn't frayed over the years. So either the doll quality is higher than is expected, or the seller who sold it to me just treated her dolls very well. Her skirt does have a hole, but I think that was intentional because there's another right here and all the little flaps. She has these little pom-poms coming off of the cape to tighten it, I'm assuming. She has a skull on her belt, which is really cute. And her belt is gold. And her dress has these multiple layers to it to make it look kind of zombie-ish. Oh my gosh, I love that at the bottom. The petticoat part. That's so cool. And this is all one piece. I think the cape is the only part that comes off. But look at her face. It is so pretty and mesmerizing. They do have inset eyes as well, which is a rare thing with Playline dolls, and real eyelashes. I think her face could use a small wash as well, but again, really pretty in my opinion. And then again, they're zombies, so they don't come with shoes, but they do have this shoe mold that makes it look very zombie-ish, which is really cool. And the one thing that surprised me is their posability. They have knee articulation. They have pretty lengthy leg articulation too. And then they have posability in their arms as well, similar to Monster High dolls. So there was a lot of suspicion that these dolls were coming out to kind of compete with Monster High at the time. A lot of dolls were coming out to try to fill the market that Monster High was filling with spooky dolls that could still attract, you know, those that were interested in dolls. So I love her. I absolutely adore her. She was the one that I wanted mainly. And I'm so happy to have her in my collection. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And then the second one that I obtained through buying the bundle was Ariel. Ariel was, actually came with her original outfit. Oh, I forgot to say, Sleeping Beauty came with a crown as well. And here is Ariel's original outfit. It's a fishtail. I think she had a top as well, but the top did not come with her, which I'm perfectly fine with because she came in this gorgeous dress. I'm not sure what doll it originally belongs to, but it was stunning. Like, look at this. She's like a queen, a zombie queen. And again, her hair is also a bit frayed, but it's this really nice orangey reddish color. Maybe a little bit auburn, kind of. It's more pale and orange in person, but really pretty. And again, her face is gorgeous. I love her striking green eyes with the blue lipstick and the kind of slight blue around her eyes as well. And yeah, I don't know what this goes to, but really pretty dress. And again, she has the same articulation. And I forgot to mention they have stitches all over their limbs. So overall, I was just very impressed once I got them in person. I wasn't expecting much because they were from a doll line, from a company that didn't seem like they would put too much thought and money into a product that they were just using to fill a market in competition with another doll company. So I was very, very happy with these two, especially Ariel. I think I might redress her at some point and make her a new outfit to match her theme, just because I wasn't a fan of the tail anyway. But yeah, and you can find these two in particular for still fairly cheap online, especially out of box. The in-box ones cost a lot more now, but I'm so glad that I didn't have to pay those rising prices, because the more people find out about them and get into doll collecting, the more expensive they're going to get. I saw this especially with the doll line Bleeding Edge Goths, which I was interested in buying a couple of. I was going to have the same issue though, where they don't have a lot of articulation, which is important to me, so I would have had to swap the bodies out like I did with Gracey. At how expensive they are right now, I'm just not interested in buying any of them unless I can find them for maybe $30. I think for now, having all of these dolls in my collection, I'm pretty satisfied, especially since I got Spectra. That was the main Monster High doll that I really, really wanted, that I never got to purchase when I was younger, so having her in my collection, plus the two Freak to Chic dolls I really enjoyed, and these, I feel pretty content with my doll collection. There are two dolls releasing this Friday, the Addams Family Wednesday and Morticia dolls, that I'm interested in getting. I don't know if I will. Those drops have been really bad. I did try to get the Freak to Chic Draculaura once, and she sold out almost immediately. I think I tried to get the Night Before Christmas ones last time when they released, and even though I was in the queue right when they dropped, I was still unable to get them. So we'll see if I get them. If I don't, I won't be too bothered, although it will suck not having at least Morticia. Wednesday I'm not too crazy about, but Morticia I really wanted in my collection. But that's all I really had for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed at least a little bit. I haven't actually started editing this video. I just kind of have a vague idea of how I'm going to edit this, so I hope it comes out pretty coherent and entertaining. I do appreciate everyone for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Alright, so this is where they're currently at. I would consider this my spooky doll shelf, just because I have all the dark purple going on over here. One doll that is missing is Midnight Baby, I believe is her name, from the LOLMG doll line. She was up there, but I did have to take Gracey and the other two down for the video, and when I tried to put them back up, they just didn't fit. So I'll just go back later and rearrange these so that I can get Midnight Baby to fit. But this is where they'll be for now. I found this shelf at the thrift store, Goodwill. It didn't have a price, so the ladies randomly put $5.50 as the price, which at the condition it was at the time, I did think was a little overpriced, but after spray painting it, I definitely think it looks a lot better and fits my room, and it looks really cool. And as a plus, I didn't have to add any extra hardware to it to hang it up. There were holes in the back that fit some metal push pins that I use for a lot of my heavyish stuff, like that's being held up by a metal push pin. and the holes fit it, so I didn't have to do anything extra to them. So really pretty. I think the only thing now is I may bring it down a little bit. It does seem a bit high, especially since the dolls on the right hit the ceiling a little too close for my liking, but it can stay where it is now, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to mess with it later. But really happy with the way it looks now. This is what my Monster High shelf now looks like. And then this is what my current Monster High shelf looks like. I found that at Goodwill as well, but the outlet, I don't remember how much they charged me for it. It may have been $5 as well. But most of them fit. I think I would be able to fit the other two on that as well, but because they have these stupid crotch bases, they fell. I did put Frankie up there initially, and she fell overnight. I found her in the morning on the floor, so I could just replace her with these bigger bases, but they don't really fit up there. I managed to fit Draculaura leaning. You can kind of see her base. So that's the reason they're still over here. I didn't want to risk them falling off the shelf overnight. And once my Grail figure comes in, we'll see how it looks with the two dolls on here. If it looks a little off, I may just put them somewhere else. But that's what my doll collection looks like right now. I have one shelf, that shelf, and then some dolls scattered around, so I think it looks okay right now. I will miss having the lighting here though, because the dolls looked amazing under the light. I also really liked posing them every now and again, so having to go up to these high shelves to pose them every now and again is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. But we'll see how I feel once I have my Grail figure arrive and I rearrange all of these shelves, because I think this one might stay the same just because I have the backdrops, but the manga shelf may change. We'll see. But it's been fun rearranging everything. It's been a while since I've done that. And her. I'm considering opening her.